I'm the ESG leader at Petal Group. My job is to take hold of all of our programs which aim to increase the positive impact that we have on the environment and society. So our customers, our suppliers, our people that work in our business. But then also to work on the governance side of things. So there's just increasing regulations in this space, from sustainability reporting that we'll talk about, no doubt, to gender targets, for example. So there's increasing reporting and governance in this space, which I'm responsible for as well.
Awesome.
Reporting is a challenge day to day. I certainly haven't nailed it.
No.
And depending on what goals we choose, we're going to have to constantly be coming up with new styles of reporting. I think the biggest challenge is in a multi-entity business like Petal Group, with lots of different sites in a few different countries. The data that we need to pull together, it's complex, it's kept by different people in different formats, in different places. So I think still our challenge today is bringing that data, into one place regularly in a way that it can actually tell us what's happening and drive our actions and our impact moving forward in a timely manner. And that's still a challenge for me at the moment. It's a massive challenge spending time reporting to all the different frameworks, as you said, and it's a challenge that we have as a business as well. I hope that the reporting frameworks can see that and start to consolidate what they're asking, and you see that in B Corp's new standards, that they really have looked to some of the other reporting standards to work out what are the things that we're going to be reporting, and can we just report on that once. You want to make the reporting as efficient and streamlined as possible so that we can spend more time actually driving impact forward. So I guess us as a business, we're just trying to work out, where are those similarities? How do we streamline our internal processes as much as possible, and what tools can we use to make sure that these processes do run as smoothly as possible? We're a business that we're already very interested in our carbon footprint. So being a B Corp, having goals and aspirations around reducing our carbon emissions, we were doing what we could internally. So without a dedicated ESG person, we had obviously a beautiful spreadsheet, like all businesses do, where we were calculating some of our carbon footprint, trying to report on it through our annual processes, but it was not going to suit us moving forward. So once we had that requirement for having to report to the government, we knew that whatever process we built moving forward had to be auditable, it had to be consistent, not reliant on sort of one person's knowledge or one spreadsheet that might fall apart. So we were really looking to build something which was audit ready, as efficient as possible, and would hopefully grow with the business as well. So that's what we were looking for when we went out to market to look for a partner in this. When we chose a carbon accounting platform, we were looking for a couple of different things. I guess top of the list at the moment is obviously being ready for audit. So with the new disclosure regulations coming in, we had to make sure whatever numbers came out of this platform, they were going to be able to be audited in a way that we, tick the box, which was great from a financial reporting point of view. But diving deeper than that, we wanted to make sure that we'd be able to look at those numbers and it'd be able to drive some sort of impact long term. So it's great to be able to report this to the government. The whole point of reporting is hopefully to drive impact. So where can we actually reduce our carbon emissions over time? Where are our hotspots? How can we understand that data better? So we were looking for compliance, but we were also looking for sort of insight in that data as well. And then I guess third, we were looking for efficiency. So which platform was going to possibly integrate with our accounting system, was going to allow us to build a process which could be built into our sort of everyday financial processes, so that hopefully this is not a scramble at the end of the financial year to create our carbon accounting numbers, and it just becomes part of something that we do. So being audit ready, impact focused, and then also efficient. We're still in the implementation phase, I think. We're still really learning how to get our data into the platform in a way which is going to be efficient moving forward. We've started with scope 1 and 2 primarily to make sure we get those numbers really solid. We are looking to set some targets in that space quite soon. We have also started the process with scope 3 emissions as well, which, as I said before, we hadn't actually calculated all of our scope 3 before. So getting that data in there, understanding where our data gaps are, is where we're at the moment when it comes to the Avani platform. I've been really blown away with the level of support that we've got from Avani. When you think software, you often think no live support, no real person behind that software, and that's not been the case with Avani. You've definitely held our hand through that implementation process. We're towards the tail end of it now, but you've been so responsive as a business, in terms of meetings, emails. Maybe we've even annoyed you a little bit, but
Never.
you've been there through every step of the process, and we've got confidence that we've got a partner in this, which I think is something that's quite rare. I know I spent half an hour the other day on the phone to an AI assistant and ended up quite frustrated. So, with a future which is so AI driven and perhaps, faceless, Avani is certainly the opposite of that. So yeah, we've been thrilled with the implementation support so far. Everyone always talks about data, obviously no matter what sort of tool or software that you have, crap in, crap out. So, having really strong data is really important in terms of getting a result which is going to actually drive some meaningful outcomes. Having said that, the data is often imperfect. So you can't wait until the data is perfect. So whilst you're working on your data, finding a partner that's going to help you speed up that process is really important. So looking for someone who has this knowledge in the space so that you don't need to have to spend time, learning it all from scratch. And then I think understanding where you're at as a business, how you're going to grow as a business, so that you can find something which is going to meet your needs now, but then also scale with your business as your business changes. And then I think that eye on efficiency is really important as well. We're all going to try to be audit ready, but making sure that platform is as efficient as possible and it can integrate into your daily processes or your monthly processes is a really big one as well.